Robert Fulghum writes that in the 60s, like many Westerners, he decided to go to Japan and get enlightened. And he went to a Zen monastery, shaved his head, put on the gray robes, figured to become a pretty holy man in short order, which is the 6 weeks before my return ticket was up. But of course it was not to be. Sitting gave me hallucinations and cramps, but not enlightenment. The food gave me diarrhea. Sleeping on a board gave me a backache. And my fellow monks treated me like a Western fool, laughing behind my back. It was one of those times when you know enough to realize there's something everybody knows but you don't know enough to know exactly what it is. Anyway, time came for me to leave, and the great Roshi of the temple, famous master, invited me to come and see him, wise, respected. After I was ushered into his private study, we knelt and bowed in mutual respect, he out of courtesy, I out of awe. For a long time he sat, looking directly at me. Then very deliberately he shifted his weight to one knee, and just as deliberately reached for his backside and scratched himself in a way that your mother told you was not polite in public. I have hemorrhoids. They hurt and they itch. There was nothing in my mental manual about Zen to give me how I should reply to such an opening remark. I kept my mouth shut and pretended to be thoughtful. The hemorrhoids come from stress, you know, from worrying about tourists burning down this fire trap of a temple, from worrying about trying to get enough funding from businessmen to keep it in repair, and from arguing with my wife and children who are not as holy as I am, he smiled, and from despairing over the quality of the lazy young fools who want to be priests nowadays. Sometimes I think I would like to get a little place in Hawaii and just play golf for the rest of my life. He leaned to one side and scratched himself again. It was this way before I was enlightened, you know, and now it is the same after enlightenment. We sat silently, giving time for his words to sink in, and he motioned me to follow. And in the alcove before I was to leave was a long, ancient scroll of calligraphy. He sent me home where he felt I had been a thirsty man looking for a drink all the while standing knee-deep in a flowing stream, and read the scroll to me. There is really nothing you must be, and there's nothing you must do. There's really nothing you must have, and there's nothing you must know. There's really nothing you must become. However, it helps to understand that fire burns, and when it rains, the earth gets wet. Whatever you do, he smiled, there are consequences. Nobody is exempt. And then he winked and bowed and walked away.